Hello, Aries. Welcome. I'm Ryan. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading, so of course everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, Val33 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Goodness gracious. Goodness. What is that about? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Aries. What are you doing, Aries? Jeez. You're racking in your karmic debt. That's what you're doing. I don't understand why. I'm literally looking at digression here. Things are kind of backsliding for you. I don't know what that's about, but you're showing me initially, Aries. There's something here where you are definitely in some sort of greedy mentality. I don't know why, but you're showing me, it feels good to take. At the same time, you're also having this realization that it's kind of like, oh shit. Life is kind of like saying, yeah, I saw that. And life is stepping in, and now because of whatever is taking place for you, unfortunately, you're having to literally regain control of the situation, and ultimately you're saying, oh shit, now there's all these problems and these issues that are bubbling up, that you're having to deal with, face, confront, and handle, ultimately. And it's so much so that you're kind of like, I need a minute to myself to kind of regather and recollect myself. Goodness gracious. What is that about? Yeah, it just gets stretched out, Aries. What is this? You're having the the aftershocks of what you've done. It's like, what'd you expect? It's kind of like the same thing of you can't cheat and get away with it. And if you do feel like you get away with it, it's not for long. It does catch up to you. Life is stepping in and shaking things up for you, and you're kind of wondering, like, why? And it's like, what do you mean why? I kind of feel like you took something you weren't supposed to. No, even you're kind of having to take time out of your day and trying to figure out like how to clean up the mess that you've created. Yeah. Wow, it didn't pay too well, did it? Because now you're trying to, it's like, yeah, now you're trying to figure out how to kind of like build up your confidence again. But it's like, once again, like this rebuilding or this restructuring of who you are or whatever it is that you're focused on. Once again, it's like this energy of you're doing what you're doing, but you're also trying to, in hand, try and work on bettering yourself. And it's kind of like, why is it so depleting? And it's like, what else did you expect? It's kind of like saying to be a facade or masquerade at this as something different than other than what you truly are. Yeah, that's going to take a lot of energy because you kind of have to constantly maintain and upkeep that. And that's kind of like saying I'm being fake, I'm being false. That's going to require me to do extra added on work of what I've already currently got going on to do, just to maintain that, just to upkeep that. Cheating doesn't work. Now, what I'm a little curious here because it almost kind of seems and feels like, unfortunately, whatever this difficulty is that you are facing and having to confront and work through, you're slightly energetically kind of distracting yourself here. And I feel like that is definitely regarding some sort of connection that you feel between you and someone. And ultimately, you're kind of like, well, what is going on with us then? And so you're kind of trying to put the pieces there together. And ultimately, what you're showing me is you definitely want to work on things between you and this connection. At the same time, you're kind of like, I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. It feels like things are not very clear or set in stone for you right now. Even though there's something there. Yeah, I could be looking at a family situation dynamic as well. I am looking at children and kids. Yeah, I don't know what that is. You're showing me you want to work towards this energy of commitment with them. At the same time, you're also kind of like trying to determine how much emotional energy you have to invest and give. And even then, as you're kind of like reconsidering and re-questioning yourself, you're like, to keep things going or to not. You're not too sure, which side of this you land on. Yeah, because a split second ago, you're like, I don't know what I want. I don't know who I want. Yeah, dude, you're trying to piece it together. You're trying to piece it together, and there you are, Aries, trying to piece it together. And ultimately, what you're saying is, and shit, is it hard? What is it that you're trying to piece together? I wonder. There's something you're not quite understanding, and I don't know what that is. It's like you're showing me. It's like you're trying to fill things out. You're trying to piece it together. You're trying to put it together. You're doing everything you can to kind of like figure out what to do just to kind of keep things going. It's like a gesture's balancing act, if you will. You're clearly involved in something with someone. At the same time, you're also focused on yourself. And it's kind of like if you focus too much on this, you get distracted over here. And then it's like, then you have to go back over here and then you get distracted over here. And then it's like your focus, your priorities, Aries. Goodness gracious, distracted. I don't know what that's about. All for the sake of trying to fit. Yeah. Okay, so money. All for the sake of money. Okay. It could be, it could be your work. I don't know what that is. Whether you study relationships, study people, study dynamics, whatever it is. Because you show me this energy of like student, like study repeatedly. And that's the only, that's a beginner. That's someone who's starting out. That's someone who's, in the process of putting it together and trying to figure out like, okay, what to do about this. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's an energy of like you having to go back to square one and focus on like the what's that called? The basics. I don't know. But of course, if you are dealing with anyone, you could be dealing with a fire sign, an air sign, an earth sign, or a water sign. Goodbye.